피에 물든 목욕탕이네.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel
죽을 것 같네.
deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
그리고 운동하면서 봐.
The pupil is dilated.
코가 참 크구나.
The pupil is dilated.
어디를 보라는 거지?
The temperature appears. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. 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 I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
어떻게 측정을 하는 건지 나오지는 않잖아.
I need to concentrate. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
10초? 아니 10초를 하고 싶은데 10초가 안 흘러가는데?
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
그냥 누르고 있어도
I need to
한번
I need to
아닌데?
concentrate and count the heartbeats.
클릭을 해야 되네. 이거 말을 안 해주면 모르지.
A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute.
한 번씩 눌러야 되네. 저 그래프가 갈 때 한
But you're
번씩
dying,
눌러야 돼.
Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
은근히 불친절하구나.
You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
괜찮습니다.
Good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the buff, but what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in
흉기 없는
Strand
살인
Lane.
사건.
A murder, a vanishing weapon,
로마
the
신고.
Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
땡기는구만. 목욕탕. 로마식 목욕탕.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder, the body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the City Council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
흉기는 없다고
No,
그랬지.
and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see.
박수선님 안녕하세요.
Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details. Any progress, Mr. Holmes?
진전은 없지. 지금 시작했어.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your
띄엄띄엄
day.
하다 보니까 아직도 하고
Everything
있네요.
that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentleman had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
그 뭐야 로딩이 너무 길지 않나요?
Did you
중간에
receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until
이번에
these gentlemen
로딩이
arrived.
너무 긴 것
Sir
같아.
Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
And what happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
조사해봐야지. 가볍게 페인 주로. 가위. 혼자 머리 깎다가 생겼다고. 씨. 이러고 있으니. 결벽증. 블러드본보다는 낫죠. 블러드본 근데 이번에 패치돼가지고 조금 빨라졌어요. 맨체스터 시티.
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
여기 나가는 데구나.
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
목욕탕이 완전 고급스럽네.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you
홈즈
once had
한글화
a while ago.
여태까지 다 해주지 않았나요? 시체를 일단 조사.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
그거 뭐야? 유저 한글화 안 됐어요? 유저 한글화?
Well, death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
30분에 30.
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
Well, death is very recent.
30분에 죽고 반지켰고. 여기 열쇠 있는데? 잭 더 리퍼. 잭 더 리퍼 재밌죠. 뮤지컬로 봤는데 잭 더 리퍼. 증기.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
안 보인다. 야씨 하나도 안 보인다.
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted. The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
녹아내린 물건.
I will need some.
집어낼 도구. 그 한글화 작업이 그게 어렵다고 그러던데. 오래 걸린다고 그러던데 생각보다 그 작업이.
Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
노가다 작업이라.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment. Mr. Holmes?
진짜
The grid cannot be removed.
아 그래요. 작업해봤던 친구예요. 저거 못 보나?
What should we do next, Holmes?
저거 집을 도구가 있어야 되는데.
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room. Champagne for a special occasion. Champagne for a... These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects. I cannot leave until I have seen the body.
더 찾아야 되는 거.
The grid cannot be removed.
저거를 전기를 틀고서 찾아볼까?
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
오, 앞이 안 보여. 다른 게 없네. 이렇게 해도. 뭐 놓친 게 있나?
There was only one.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. Look,
반지 있었고.
The death is very.
여기 뭐 열쇠 같은 거 있던데. 아무것도 아닌가? 이거? 자, 뭐가 있어야 되냐? 바닥에 피요? 바닥에 피 아까 해? 아, 있구나. 아, 이게 시점이 이게 그지 같아. 이게 패드를 움직이는 게 너무 힘들어. 네, 열쇠.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street.
이건 안 되나?
This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it. The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. I will need something to...
글쎄.
It is too hot. I cannot leave until I have seen the
아직도 못
body.
나가? 신문하게 할 수 있고.
I found him. I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
I can't understand what happened. Am I allowed to leave?
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
샴페인. 아까 샴페인은 조사했는데. 뭐가 더
Champagne for it.
아, 마개.
Unopened. It was intent. Unopened. Unopened. Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room. I cannot leave until I have seen the body. These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
자, 보자. 주변을 조사하시고 이거 다 아는 거죠.
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room. These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. The grid cannot be removed. The grid cannot be removed. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
어이씨, 이거 뭐 해야 돼? 이거 하고는 안 나와집니다. 오호, 안 보여.
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
The weapon is nowhere to be found.
오케이. 시체 치웠네 이제. 아니에요. 다 말해도 돼요. 말해도 상관이 없어요. 샴페인.
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
됐다. 문 열었다. 됐어. 아까 걔 어디 갔어? 없네.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
None, Lestrade. How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's impossible. I'll
거짓말을.
tell you everything. I left the
거짓말을
baths
하고
at
있어.
7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain?
뭐야?
I
처음
didn't pay any
듣는다고?
attention.
바로 들어가면
Do you believe
되는데?
that it's important?
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
These baths are becoming sinister.
다 봤네. 나가는 데가 어디였지? 이씨. 경찰